Guys, welcome to today's vlog. I'm going to show you how I make and serve my vegetable pilau. Pilau is practically a Swahili dish that we've come to adapt in Kenya. You can make mutton pilau, beef pilau, chicken pilau, and today I'm going to make vegetable pilau. So I'm going to use 6 medium-sized red onions, a whole bulb of garlic, some very little ginger. I will explain later in the video why you need little ginger. I'm also going to use salt. Here I also have some tomato paste because I'm not going to use tomatoes, and then my pilau masala spice seasoning. For the mixed vegetables, I'm going to use the freshly frozen mixed vegetables. You can get this from the supermarket for only 480 Kenyan shillings. Then this is the sufuria that I'm going to use. It's big because I'm going to cook 3 cups of rice. So now I'm just adding 2 full serving spoons of oil to my sufuria or my cooking pot, and then I'm going to let the oil cook for a while before I add my freshly cut red onions. Once I add my onions to the cooked oil, I'm just going to stir it all up so that the onion is immersed in oil. Then I'm going to go ahead and add my garlic ginger paste, which I pounded with salt, by the way. Now here is where I'm going to explain why you don't need so much ginger in your pilau if you'll ever try this recipe, or if you always put a lot of ginger in pilau. Ginger makes pilau bitter. If you use a lot of ginger, it will make your pilau bitter. So you want to avoid using so much ginger in your pilau. Then I'm going to go ahead and add half a tablespoon of my tomato paste. Like I mentioned earlier, I'm not going to use tomatoes in my pilau. Then I'm going to add my pilau masala spice seasoning. I'm going to add 2 full tablespoons of this pilau masala spice seasoning. Now if you've never made pilau, this is what makes pilau pilau. This is what gives pilau its color. This spice seasoning is what gives pilau its taste. And then I'm going to go ahead and stir everything together so that I can get a consistency where everything is mixed up, from the onions to the paste that I added and to the spices that I've just added. Then for the vegetables, this is the mixed vegetables pack. I'm just going to add it while it's frozen because I'm adding it to heat, so I don't really need to defrost it prior to cooking it. It will defrost on its own while it's cooking. Now you can always use or prepare these vegetables individually at home. It has corn in it, fresh beans, carrots, potatoes, and peas in it. So if you have this, you can always prepare them individually at home. And also you can always add your capsicums and your bell peppers on your vegetable pilau as well if you prefer. While everything is cooking down, I'm going to start preparing my rice. So I had mentioned earlier that I'm going to cook 3 cups of rice. So this is the cup that I'm going to use to measure my rice. So I'm just going to measure 3 cups of rice, and then I'm going to wash it. Now for some reason, people don't usually always wash the rice, especially when they buy it from the supermarket or from the grocery stores, and I don't understand why someone will just assume that the rice is clean. But for me, I like washing my rice. I prefer washing my rice all day, every day. It doesn't really matter if I got it from the supermarket or if I got it from the actual market. I just like to make sure that my rice is clean. So I just give it one rinse, and that's it, because it doesn't really have much dirt in it. And then I'm just going to sieve the water out. Washing my rice, I'm just going to add it to my cooking pot or to my sufuria. Now you want to make sure that all the rice has gone in and we are not leaving any soja behind, because we are not here to waste food. Then I'm going to go ahead and stir up everything together, the rice and the spices that we're already cooking together with the mixed vegetables. And then I'm just going to make sure that I have stirred it up well until everything is all mixed up together. Then I'm going to add salt. This is where I'm going to add salt. The first point where I'm going to add salt, because I'll add salt twice. Then after I add salt, I mix up everything again so that the salt gets into everything that is in the sufuria, everything that is already cooking. Then once I do that, I'm just going to let it cook for a while. I'm going to let everything cook for a while, or rather fry for a while before I add water to my rice. Now I'm going to let it fry for a while so that the rice gets to cook faster once I add water in it. Once it all cooks up for around 5 minutes, here is the point where I'm going to add water. So for 3 cups of rice, you need to add 6 cups of water. This jug carries 3 cups of water, so I'm going to add 2 jugs of water that will amount to 6 cups of water. Then this is the second point where I am going to add salt, because once you add water, you need to add salt as well, because you want the food to have enough salt. And then I'm just going to cover it up and then let it boil. Then once it comes to a boil, or once it's in the process of boiling, you want to keep with the stirring, because you don't also want the rice to start getting stuck on your sufuria or on your cooking pot, especially when you are not using non-sticky cooking pot or sufuria. Then I'm going to go back and cover it. Now once the water has reduced, I'm going to add foil in it to cover up my pilau and then let it steam in a very low heat. I actually even switched the burner. I removed the sufuria from the biggest burner and I put it in a smaller burner, and I'm just going to put it on the lowest heat as well. I'm going to make sure that the top of my sufuria is well covered in soil, because I need the pilau to steam and I do not need the steam escaping from anywhere. And then I'm going to go ahead and cover it and let it steam for about 10 minutes. If my pilau is steaming down, I'm going to go ahead and start preparing my kachumbari. Now in Kenya, we are known for our kachumbari. It's such a simple salad. We only use onions, coriander, tomatoes. If you want, you can add some lemon juice and some vinegar, and also you want to add some salt in it. Some people also prefer adding some bell peppers, capsicum, some spices like black pepper, dried chili, cayenne, and all that. So for me, I'm just going to make it very, very simple. I'm just going to use onions, tomatoes, some vinegar and some salt, and that's that, and some lemon as well. So I'm going to add my chopped red onions to this bowl, and then I'm going to go ahead and start preparing my tomatoes. Now as I prepare my tomatoes, I'm also warming some water that I'm going to pour on the onions, so that after eating the raw onions, you don't get that after smell from your mouth from eating raw onions. Do not judge how big I'm slicing my tomatoes. On this particular day, I just prefer to slice them this big and not the typical small tomatoes that we slice them in cubes while making salads. So once I'm done preparing my tomatoes, I'm going to drain water from the bowl that the onions were soaking in, and then I'm going to add the tomatoes, and then I'm going to add vinegar. Now the vinegar depends with how much kachumbari you are making, and if you do not want to use vinegar, you can use lemon juice as well. Then I'm going to add my salt in my kachumbari, and then I'm just going to mix up everything all together. once I mix everything up, I also went ahead to slice some lemon and just put them on top of my kachumbari. Then I'm going to go ahead with the cling film and cover the glass bowl that is containing my kachumbari, because I want to have this kachumbari chilled before dinner time. So I'm just going to cover it up. I added the lemon so that it can preserve the kachumbari, so that by the time we'll be having dinner, the kachumbari will still be fresh. So this is how the kachumbari is looking like, and it's going to go straight in the fridge until it's dinner time. Fast forward to dinner time. This is I'm going to show you how I serve my vegetable pilau. You can serve this with a sauce of your preference or a drink as well. So for me today, I'm serving it with some kachumbari. I'm going to add some few lemon slices as well, so that if I kind of feel like the vinegar is not enough in my kachumbari, I can squeeze out some lemon juice in it. I also prefer eating bananas in my pilau, whichever type of pilau. A lot of people find this very weird for some reason, but trust me, try it out. Then for my chili gang, you can always add chili as well. And this is our final product for dinner. I hope you guys loved this video. I hope this video is helpful to you. If you've not subscribed to my channel, kindly do. I will see you guys on my next vlog.